Hello guys and welcome back to Hey Manager with me, Alex, and today we've got the second season of the Borussia Bundesliga save. I do have to say thank you very much for all the reception and all the nice things you've been saying in the previous video, also the likes and then also the subscribers. We've seen an influx to 160, which is unbelievable. I didn't expect it. I mean, I set the mark for 175 by the end of the year. Over a day, 2 days, we've gained 5 more, so I'm very thankful for that. So yeah, anyway, let's get back into this save. And whereabouts were we? We finished off last season and now we're in the new season. We're looking at trying to bring in a few players. So in the transfer history, I'll just show you today who we've brought in and who we've sold. In the outgoings, we've seen Özcan leave. I was trying to get rid of him for a while. I mean, he does look like a pretty decent player. I reckon if you got him into a certain position and played him frequently, he'd be pretty good. But as you can see there, he gets a C-. He's just a practical signing. We did loan him out last season after a few games in January. Then he did play for Lyon, and Lyon decided to take the offer and they've bought him for 16.5 million. Then we see the likes of Mats Hummels leave on a free. He's gone to Newcastle. We managed to save quite a bit of money on him, but it's sad to see him go. He is a Borussia Dortmund legend. He was at Bayern originally in his career, then came to Dortmund for 3.7 million, went to Bayern for 28.5, was bought back for 27. He'll probably just see his career out at Newcastle now and retire towards the end of this save. We've loaned out quite a few players here. Capella, Duranville, Diao, who we brought in. Bino Gittins, he's been loaned out, the English player at 20 years of age. He's got a high potential, exciting young talent who's not far off, but I want to see if he can really flourish in a major league. Lenglet has gone to Roma for the season on loan, but as you can see in his contract here, £27 million optional fee. If we can get that for him, we only signed him for 8.75. He had a pretty poor season for us altogether, so we've decided to try and loan him out. We're going to get money for that, and hopefully we can sell him on for that 27.5 if he impresses. Adeyemi, he's gone to Union Berlin. Adeyemi's come in 32.5 million. He was an absolute monster off them a few years ago. This year, his physicals are absolutely insane. Balance not too great itself. Technically, not the best. He's starting to develop better as a winger rather than a striker. I know he's German. He's going to be fantastic for us, but I don't think he's going to be worth this 90k a week that we've got him on at all. Nowhere near. But because he is German, it suits us. So anyway, that's the outs. A few at the bottom here on loan as well, but mainly the ins. So we've brought in Ansu Fati on loan. I decided to bring him in because he is a very good player. He's got 3 stars already. We're not paying him much per week. I think we're only paying him 79 grand a week. So it's not a lot. Optional fee of 126 million. I don't think we'll be activating that at all. But a great player nonetheless. Really, really good. I mean, 15 finishing, 15 first touch. Great off the ball and flair, technique as well as composure. Great pace and acceleration all round. Just a fantastic player that I'd love to sign permanently. Deal on a free. So the 19-year-old looks like a fantastic advance forward on loan at Hanover. I'm hoping he's an exciting young talent because he looks actually really good. He's got the flair. The mentals could be a little bit better, but physically and technically he seems to have a bit of something, so maybe you can get something out of him. Asana Diao, so he's gone out on loan. He looks like a nice player at 18 years of age that can develop. Darmstadt, who got relegated. Then we brought in Anthony Martial on a free. Tried to get him in a pre-contract award, but he wanted 200k a week. We brought him in instead for 25k, so a nice little backup player there. Great technically, mentally could be a little bit better, and physically still at it at 28 years of age. Maybe we can try and 51 million that United paid for him back in the day. If we've bought him in on a free, I'm hoping we can try and get that transfer value up. Maybe get him going in the Champions League, see how he can produce in that, but just a player that we can call on in case we get a few injuries. Nicholas Hedl, the 23-year-old, we've brought him in at 4.6 million. He's worth 6.2 to 7 million, but a nice little backup goalkeeper, I think. Looks pretty tidy, and at 23, a bit of potential to improve. We could probably try and sell him on for a bit of profit there. Then we've brought in another goalkeeper, 18-year-old German from Stuttgart. He's got great potential, exciting young talent. I want to bring in another German. You'll notice here a lot of youngsters have come in. This is a proper Borussia Dortmund transfer window, so we've brought in them as well. Julian Weigl, we've brought him in because Özcan did leave. We needed to replace him with someone. I thought I'd bring in the German man because we managed to bring him in for only 9.25 million. I know Mönchengladbach signed him last year from Benfica for 6.25, but he returns to Germany, returns to Dortmund, and we have got him in as a deep line playmaker where, to be honest with you, he's probably the best deep line playmaker defender we've got in that position. He plays it very well. Then we brought in Robin Gosens for 10 million. That's going to rise to around about 10.5. I think that's a good little buy. He looks very, very good to start on that left-hand side. He'd probably be a regular starter. Him and Wijndal are quite similar, I'd say. I won't say they're incredibly similar, but they're quite similar. I think Wijndal probably just doesn't edge it too much, and Gosens is a bit better technically and mentally, and even a little bit physically there, even though he's 30 years of age. But I think that's a good dynamic. Gosens in there, and then the backup in Wijndal, who we can use in there. So we've got a good dynamic going on this left-hand side, a bit of backup for that position. And then, believe it or not, Kimpembe was available on a transfer. Paris Saint-Germain said, we don't want him anymore. We don't need him. He's French. He's been PSG through and through. We're going to get rid of him. And I think this man looks phenomenal. If you play him as a playing defender, great heading, great marking, brilliant tackling. Then you look at the teamwork, the work rate, that's brilliant, determination, everything at the top there, apart from the concentration decisions could be a little bit better. They are decent, but everything else really good, and physically a bit of a specimen. I mean, this guy's come in, we've got him for 20 million, rising potentially to 22. He's worth 50 million already. I know he's on quite a lot of wages, but sort of replaced Matt Hummels in a way, and I think at 28 years of age, him and Tomori can be the mainstays for another 2-3 years easily, and I think they're a good partnership. I mean, we've also bringing Boyman because he's a left-footed centre-back, which suits us very well. So there's the transfers for you. Very interesting. We've got the schedule today, which is in the Supercup. We've got Leipzig, because they did win the DFB Pokal. It wasn't Bayern. So Bayern just didn't win anything last year, I don't think. I think if we look at what they actually won last year, if we look at the history and the competitions for them, German Supercup runners-up and also the Pokal runners-up. So they've not actually won anything last year overall. They finished second. You can see that. They were first in the Bundesliga, and then last year finished second. But then I think, who have they brought in transfers-wise? If you look at the transfer history for them, they've actually not brought in that many players either. They brought in Chris Brady, an American goalkeeper, and they brought in Restes, who's another French goalkeeper, a bit of a youngster who could be very good. In terms of who they've got rid of Gravenberch. He's gone to Manchester United on this save. He was never at Liverpool. He went to United on loan. They bought him for £40.5 million. Then they've also got rid of Stanisic, and Pavard's gone. Neuer's gone to Chelsea. That's a very interesting one. 220k a week. Neuer going to Chelsea. Overall, Bayern actually haven't brought anybody in, and that's a strange sign. You know, they've got Tell up front. I don't know why they've got Tell up front when they've got Muller, they've got Alphonso Davies, Kamada, for example. Where's Julian? Oh, there he is. I thought Julian Alvarez had left, but Julian Alvarez is in there. I don't know why he's not playing up front. Kimmich and Goretzka, they've got Sommer, who they're playing mainly now, 35 years of age. That's a bit of a downgrade if you ask me, but still can do a shift in defence. So yeah, interesting one nonetheless. But either way, we're going to get into our game today. It's the German Supercup against Leipzig to kick off the second season. You've seen our transfers. We're looking to the future now, but this is how we're going to line up. So Kobel and Ryerson have picked up injuries. Nemeka as well. He's out for 3 to 6 weeks. So we're going to start with Hedl in net, who gets a start in his very first game. And, you know, it's going to be a big ask, but he's got to step up to the plate. We then play Maffeo on the right, Tomori and Kimpembe in the middle, and Wijndal to start at left back for now. Then Julian Brandt in the deep line playmaker role next to Andre. On the right we have Rooney. On the left we have Daniel Marlin, who had a fantastic season last year. Vitor Roque pips Moukoko to sit in this advanced forward role. I want to try and make him a little bit happier, because he does have the potential to be so good. At 19 years of age, he looks phenomenal. So let's play him there. And then next to him we've got Sebastian Haller, who's been absolutely on fire in the last few games. On the bench we've got Maya, Gosens, the new left back, Sula, Renato Sanchez, Marco Reus, Ansu Fati for maybe his debut, Almado Gnonto, who we did bring in from last season, who we brought in January, believe it or not, and now he is here, and he looks pretty decent for us in the pre-season. You see there, three goals in 3 games, advanced forward, inside forward, he plays either side. It's brilliant. I think he's going to be phenomenal for us. I want to see how well he can do. Then Moukoko as well there. Reina not in the squad. Schlotterbeck being reduced to just outside the starting 20 now, should I say. So it's a bit upsetting, but I mean, he's 24. He'll probably get in there. Schuler not looking too happy. He might go to Real Madrid. Let's see. Martial not making it. Weigl sitting on outside of the squad as well. It's just a backup. And let's get into the game, submit the team, and see how we can fare against Leipzig in this new season. Let's see if their squad has changed. I'll join you back for the start of the game. Here we have it then, we're against Leipzig. That's how we line up this 4-2-2-2 formation. I want to try and focus in on this tactic now. I think I've experimented quite a lot last season. I do like the 5 at the back, but nothing really else. There's not really much changed about this squad. Gvardiol's still at Leipzig, that's what I've noticed anyway. He's not moved to Manchester City on this save. But I want to try and experiment with this 4-2-2-2, see if we can get it perfected, because I think it is probably one of the stronger formations this year. Let's encourage the side, see how we can go as Kimpembe plays it out from the back, finds Julian Brandt. Haller now, inside to Roque. Can Roque find Rooney? He does. He takes a good touch out wide. What can he do with it? Now he gets tackled, and it's going to come forward. Well, the Leipzig are going to try and come forward now. Henriks picks it up. What can he do with it now? Gvardiol, out of position. What can he do with it? Finds Simikan on this right-hand side. Into Willy Orban. They're playing it nicely around the back now. Seiwald plays it forward towards Openda, who turns his man. What can he do with it? He's going out into this right-hand side now. He might try and find a crossing. He finds Olmo. Can he pull it back? He can, and it's into the back of the net. Tomori has just scored an own goal in this game. It's set off poorly already. We're going to go balanced. It's set off, and it's just not a great start to the game, is it? Openda down this right-hand side. He was fantastic for Leipzig last season. Plays it inside to Olmo, who crosses it in. Tomori's trying to stop it from getting to his man, and he's only going to put it into the back of his net, in off the post. It's unlucky, really. 7 minutes in, it's not looking great, and we're going to demand more from the side because I want to see a bit better. We've not had a shot on goal yet. We've had actually no attempts. We're having a decent chunk of possession. I mean, 52% isn't too bad, but there we go, our first shot on goal. Let's see if we can try and get something more out of this game. Bringing the game to them here, we just need to be able to get a few more opportunities going forward. I think I'm just going to see this out for the first half. Comes to the 44th minute now, nearly the 45th. As we go forwards, Brandt on it now, settles with it. Can he maybe pull it inside to Marlon? He can. He finds Marlon inside. Marlon pulls it back towards Haller. It's a shot on goal. Rooney picks it up now, plays it towards Maffio. I think that might be the end of the highlight, as that was another poor highlight. Nothing really coming from it, as Leipzig are just getting behind the ball. Hands on hips. We simply have to be better in front of goal. Definitely have to be better in front of goal, as we've not really done much with it yet. I'll play Haller instead in this target forward support role. Oh no, as Vitor Roque picks up an injury, and that is not a good sign. We're going to bring on Makoko. I think what else we might need to do is bring off Haller, and we'll allow another advance forward, and we'll bring Gnonto on just to play in this position, because I think he can play it pretty well. Let's play 2 advance forwards. Let's lump it forward, encourage the side. You know, we've got Makoko up front now. Let's play it a bit more dynamic. Let's see if that makes any difference for us in the second half of this game. Let's reassess this in the 78th minute, unless there's a highlight. There isn't one. Let's reassess. Let's reassess what's going on here. So the tactics I've got to play this year, there's 3-4-3, the 5-2-1-2, and also the 4-2-2-2. Let's play Gnonto in a bit more of a pressing forward role. Get him running into that one because I know he's got the pace for it. I don't think Marlon's having a great game on that left-hand side. So let's let Ansu Fati have a bit of a game on that right-hand side. Put him in more of an attack role. Same with Rooney. Let's have an inverted winger attack. And we'll just keep it there for now. That's all 5 substitutions. Let's carry on with the game, see what that does for us. But at the moment, we're not looking great at all. Let's demand more from the side. We need to get another goal in here. As the 86th minute comes along, we're going to go attacking, as there's a free kick here from Gvardiol. You can see we've pushed our front line, front 4. I don't know why we're standing like this, as Gvardiol stands over a free kick. Can we win that header? We can. It's Gnonto who finds Makoko. They're in a vulnerable position here. Finds Ansu Fati. And Ansu Fati, on his debut, he's definitely onside. Don't care what this referee is saying here, but we're definitely onside there. Ansu Fati puts it into the back. You're joking. Oh, from my angle it looked onside. Come on, lads. Last minute of the game. There's a highlight. There's a highlight in the last minute. They played it through. Shorloth can't get there. Hedl now. Plays it into Schüller. What can he do with it? He gives it to Angelino. Oh, this is terrible. Oh, thank God for that. And it's out for a goal kick. Hedl now, though, stands over the goal kick, and they have won the German Supercup. It's Leipzig's day. They get to lift the Supercup. We'll watch them do it, but not a great start to the season for us, as we had a very poor game there. A really poor game. Nothing really developed from it. There was no real creativity, which is where we're lacking severely. As we watch Leipzig lift the trophy, not the best of games by us, but Julian Brandt, he's just not offering up much for me. I think Andre had a decent enough game in that midfield, sort of bossed it. I think what we've just done there is we've conceded a poor goal in Tomori's own goal, and it's just cost us the game. So let's head to the dressing room. Hands in pockets. We weren't good enough. I don't need to express how angry I was. We know that we should be much better. Anyway, but either way, Vitor Roque picking up an injury, a bit of a disaster class for us there. As you can see here, the game probably just didn't go in our favour, as Leipzig just managed to defend the rest of the game. But that sees us finished there. So the plan for this series, as I will just bring to you the odd video. I think what might be best is if I go through the schedule, I'll just have a look. Any key moments throughout the season, Champions League, for example, a bit of Pokal, a few major games in the league, just maybe a bit of update if we haven't got, if we haven't checked in from time to time. And I want to carry this save on, say, until the end of November. See how far we can get through. I want to see how the game progresses, see who becomes one of the better players. I'd like to see this team with like a 21-year-old Makoko, like in 2 years' time, who reaching his potential basically. And I think it would just be nice just to see out this save. And in the meantime, I don't feel the pressure to upload every day because we've seen ourselves win the Bundesliga. We've got to the end of this series in Season 1, because the main one was just to play the game until it actually officially came out, which it did yesterday. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it with this series. So I hope you did enjoy this video. If you did, please leave a like, subscribe if you're new. Thank you again for all the support lately. It's been fantastic. Really appreciate it. 160 sub managers. Let's try and get plenty more. Thanks again, and I shall catch you in the next one. From me, Alex. Have a great day. Ciao.